Hey guys, if you're in the market for a Lexus RX 350 or 350L, I'm going to break it down, especially if you're a family man or woman. If you have kids, you want to know what the car seats are going to be like and how they're going to fit, how it's going to affect the front passenger as well as the driver. So let's get into it. Here's a window sticker. Now it might be a little dark. The added features on this particular model, you have the blind spot monitor, which I feel is a great addition. So if you have that in your budget, I would totally go for the blind spot monitor. Rear cross traffic braking, I haven't had a lot of experience with that yet, but the blind spot monitor for sure. Cold weather package, I would definitely recommend if you live anywhere that gets some snow. The wheels are nice. I'll go ahead and let you take a look at the wheels. These are the optional 20-inch wheels. They're pretty good looking. They look good. They look good. Touch-free power rear door. I'll show you guys how that works here in a little bit. We have the heated and ventilated front seats, which I would totally recommend. Totally worth the added cost there. You have the 12.3-inch navigation system. We'll get into that. Interior wood trim. We'll get into that a little bit. Door edge film, so just protects the edges of the door, the cargo net as well at the end. All right, so let's walk around here. There she is. She's a beaut. She looks pretty good. We'll walk around. We'll get in the front driver's seat though, because that's where most of you are going to be spending your time. And then we'll look at the car seats as well, how the car seats affect the driver as well as the passenger. So here we go, we're getting inside the car. And here we are. So let's close the door. Over here, this is your mirror control, has auto folding mirrors, which is an awesome feature. So if you're going through a drive-through or your parking lot, you don't trust other people, auto folding mirrors. You have 3 different seat memory settings. So if you have 3 different people going to be driving this car, that's what those buttons are for. Obviously locks and windows here. So looking at this vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and turn on accessory mode. And you just do that by double pressing the start stop button here without the brake on. So ignition is on, and then you can see everything that's lit up. So here we go. If you look at the dash here, on the far left, you have RCTA. That's a rear cross traffic alert. So if you're backing up, it will sense as your rear bumper gets out of the parking slot, past the other cars that are adjacent to you, that will alert you. And then BSM is blind spot monitor. If you can see on the mirror here, there is 2 little cars on the very far side of the mirror, and that will light up if someone is in your blind spot. Nice little feature. Let's see here, what else? The green parking with the cone is just the parking assist. It will let you know if you're getting too close to something as you're parking. Cruise controls down here. Phone options here. This is your audio control. I don't use it very much. That's just my personal thing. If you guys want to learn more about this, I'd be happy to do a video on it. But I feel like most people aren't probably going to play with that. And if they do, I'd be happy to tell them. This is your wipers. All right. Most of you know how to run wipers. What most of you aren't familiar with is auto sensing headlights or high beams. So you see this button down here. This is your auto high beam, and in order to make sure this is active, you have to press the button down, and then over here on the light fob, you have to make sure it's on auto. So make sure it's on auto and make sure it's pressed forward. If it's pressed backwards, it will not do the auto sensing headlights. Okay, so auto there. This is your fog light, and that is automatic too, and I just keep that on. The rest of here is pretty self-explanatory. is your beautiful 12.3 inch screen. That is, the option is gorgeous. This functionality here, it's going to take some getting used to. I have not quite mastered yet. This is how you control the screen, and it's very sensitive. I have it on the lowest setting for sensitivity, and it just zooms everywhere. Okay, menu is how you get places in terms of your functionalities. So radio, you just press down on that button. See, and when I press down, I just moved the mouse so slightly, and it went to a different selection. So it's very finicky. You have to be very gentle with your movements with this little mouse. Okay, and there we go. If you want FM, there it is. It has satellite radio, Bluetooth, if you want to listen from your phone or other things you might have Bluetooth with, and then auxiliary. So where the auxiliary is in this vehicle is right here in the center console. What's awesome about this is if you have a pen or tire pressure gauge, most of you, I guess tire pressure gauge is outdated because this will let you know if your tires are low. But nonetheless, you can put a nice pen there. There's your auxiliary and USBs, another 12 volt here. And then here is your suspension. Well, sorry, not your suspension. This is not an F Sport. Here is your driving modes. Sport, and then you push for normal, and then eco. Normal is definitely, in my opinion, the way to go. Sport hangs onto the gears a little bit longer than necessary, and is more likely to downshift. It also can affect the electronic steering. So if you're used to the normal steering ratios, then Sport will tighten it down so the input is a little bit more sensitive. But for the most part, you're good to go there. And that's about it for the front. All right, now here's the most important part for you guys if you are a parent and you have kids, especially little kids. Now, here's our car seat. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but I try to clean up as much as possible to put it in this nice car. We also set down some blankets just to have a buffer zone because this is a loaner car and I don't want to mess up the seats in any way, shape, or form. But let's get to the gist of it. The seat, I'm 6'1", so the driver's seat is, I guess, an average distance, maybe a little bit farther back than your normal person. And the car seat, I don't know, let's see if we can see this. I guess it's not even touching here. Like, I guess it's barely grazing the back of the headrest. So it is a tight fit, definitely for this. And on the other side where we have the detachable car seat, that one bumps up on the passenger seat a little bit more aggressively. So the front passenger is going to have to slide their seat forward if you have a smaller car seat. Now what I mean smaller car seat is just for younger kids. It's not really that much smaller. It's just situated where the baby's lying down more. So it pushes, as you're going to have to push the front seat forward a little bit so you can get the car seat in there. So that's pretty big for me. Can you fit 3 car seats back here? I wouldn't recommend it. Most of you aren't going to have 3 little kids anyways. But let's get into the third row seating because I know this is a new model. A lot of you are wanting to know how that third row seat is. Okay, so here's the passenger rear seat. We're going to fold it down. There's a lever here that unlocks it. Push it down. Now it slides forward, which is awesome because there's a third row of seating. So it slides forward. Now, what you see back here, we still have the stroller in there. Yes, a stroller does fit. Now, we also have a Toyota Matrix, nothing fancy. And I would say it fits better in the Toyota Matrix. Now I'm talking about this stroller, this double stroller here. Fits better in the Toyota Matrix, and it also fits better in my 2004 Toyota Avalon, which has a monster trunk. But yeah, of course, there's a lot of space above it, but you have to put it in diagonally, which is not ideal. Now, if you were to fold these seats down, this one and that one, if you were to fold them both down, yeah, and of course, you would have tons of extra space here. So if it's just like, let's say, if you're a couple with no kids, you're gonna have tons of space, because once these seats fold down, your rear seats and your third row seating fold down, you're gonna have an immense amount of room. But for the majority of people buying this, you're probably going to be interested on how these third row seats work. So let me take this stroller out. I'll go ahead and see if I can do that. And while I'm doing this, show off the auto lift here. So get under here, boom, lift up. It's gonna lift on its own. Most of you should not be surprised by that by now. All right. So this also has the option of the cargo net on the vehicle. Awesome. Stroller out. So this has the option of the cargo net on the vehicle, which is going to help, your groceries stay in place and whatnot. Whatever you have back here, luggage, dog kennels, whatever you want to put back here. But there you go. So that's how you put the net up. Pretty simple, I can do with one hand. All right, so we're looking back here. There's a lot of things to look at. First aid kit, it's a nice little add-on. This is how you fold the rear seats up and down. All right, let's move these car seats out of the car mats out of the way. So here we go, we're in the back. We're gonna work on the left seat. So you press this, here's the seat that's coming. I'm still holding it. All right. Still doing its thing. So you guys do the math on it. It probably takes about 15-20 seconds for the seat to fold up all the way. All right, and there it is. So that's the left seat. Here's the right seat. There it goes. Of course, you have your seat buckles for the rear seat, naturally. It's taking its time. Now, I would definitely, if you're going to get in the back seat, I would definitely recommend getting in from the back right as to opposed to back left, because as you can see, the right seat and the middle seat go forward when you do that. So here we go. We're going to try to squeeze back here. It's not an easy task. Well, getting in is actually pretty easy, but getting this seat to fold back on you is not easy. So just from looking right here, this is my hand. So you have an inch of leg room between the back seat and the far back seat. That's it. All right, but let's crawl back here, all 6'1" of me. All right, so here we go. I'm stuck here. I'm kind of sitting in the middle on the drink holders. But hey, guess what? For your 5-year-old kids that might be able to sit back here, you have your air conditioning control, which is awesome. Auto, off, where you want the air conditioning, fan, temperature. So you have your own temperature back here, which is great. Temperature control. These just look like some hook settings. This might be for an optional 12 volt or an optional 110 volt. All right, plug in. I'm not sure what, that is for if you have a canopy cover to just cover up all your belongings in the back seat. That's what this insert is for. Obviously your vent. And then moving around here, there's also the buttons. So here's the door opening on the right side. You can also control the seats up and down from here, as well as I showed you, up and down from here, as well as I showed you in the back. Again, another vent over here. So that's a great little option. They have a custom floor mat for back here, which is nice. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna try to fold this up. As you can see, here we go. So the seat is as far forward as it can, and I know this left seat can go forward a little bit as well, but not with the car seat. You can't move this seat any further forward with a car seat, and this seat here would not be in the position it is right now if I had the car seat back sitting right there. So yes, I'm 6'1", my knees are straight up against here. This is as far forward as this seat will go. I would say if you were like, I don't know, 12 and under, you could probably fit back here, assuming you're not a 6'12" but again, you have some drink holders back here, and again, it's just 2 seats in the back, 3 seats in the middle, and then obviously the 2 front seats. So that's a total of 7. It would be a cramped 7 passenger car. You would have to have some really small people in the very back seat to be able to outfit this car with that many people. But here we go. I'm going to show you how much room you have left in the back after you fold up the seats. All right, to get out of the back seat, if you're stuck here, here's the lever. Fold up, push, slides up, you're good to go. You can start creeping out. Oh, not easy, not easy. Okay, so again, put it back, hold it back, you're good to go. So here's the back with the seats folded up. There's not a lot of room back here, guys. Enough, if you were to go grocery shopping, you probably have enough room. But again, most of you are gonna keep this third row here folded down, I would say 99% of the time. You're gonna have a little bit more room than your normal RX 350, but not that much more. Oh, great little feature, I didn't mention this, is you have a 12 volt back here. I don't know what you would plug in. If you maybe have some people trying to charge their phone in this third seat, I could see it maybe used for that, but use your imagination on that one. Okay, for you guys wanting to know what it's like putting a base for a car seat in here, it's pretty easy. So you see this little button here? It's actually, you can see the little baby in the car seat there. So that tells you where the clips are. Most cars have that feature. They've been doing it for a long time. I can do this with one hand, which is pretty easy. Doing things, if you can do most things with one hand in life, so you're pretty successful. But that's it. The base is already in. The seat is slid all the way back. It's as simple as that. That's about it, guys, on the overview of the 2018 RX 350L. I'm not going to do a driving review on it. If you want to look about how it drives, just look at any other RX 350 review. You're gonna find what you want on it. All right, mine was more of a family edition review because most people don't go over stuff like that. But that's about it. Car seats, if you have 2 car seats, you're good to go. It's not gonna be the roomiest fit, but you will be able to get the 2 car seats in there. The rear seats do slide a little bit in order to create a little bit more room. With the third row folded down, you have a little bit more cargo space in your normal RX 350. But other than that, it's, to the naked eye, this car looks nearly identical to your normal RX 350. So looks don't change much. The drive doesn't change much, but you get a little bit more space and that third row of seats, in which you could put some 2 small individuals, I would say 10 to 12 years and younger, in the back seat. But that's about it, guys. Hey, if you have any questions, let me know. I deal with these vehicles all the time. Let's say I get the opportunity to, because how cool is that? I get to play around with these beautiful machines as my job now. I'm pretty lucky. Just let me know if you have any questions I didn't cover in this video, because there's a lot that I didn't cover. But have a good one, guys.